Hi, everyone. Welcome into the studio. As promised, we are here to do some Mazo Sightwise. We're not having a podcast this week because we're going to be traveling, and we figured we'd give you guys a break because you probably need one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Mazo Sightwise like we always do, and then we'll send you on your way. So why don't we get started? Johnny, you lead us off, and then Dad's got some things, and then I'll run over to the computer. And
Start Mazomania.
Yeah, let's start Mazomania.
You mean Sightwise?
Yeah.
Oh, let me say,
All right, so this will come out on Monday the 3rd. So July 4th in Mazo. Be happenings downtown in the Down in Lions Park. Maybe Dad has a little bit more information, but I think it's still, they're going back and forth on Facebook. They're trying to figure out if they're going to have fireworks because they're working with not only the fireworks company, but also the pyrotechnic company, and the
fire department.
The city is to see if they can safely, because we've had basically straw as grass these days because there hasn't been much rain, if any, or there hasn't been much rain recently. So there'll be a baseball game. You guys play Richland Center?
Sure do.
Rockets.
4 p.m.
Yep, 4 p.m. Central Time. There's the pool that'll be open for free swimming, and there's a chance to win a free pass for your family.
Nice.
So I think it's supposed to be nice, hot down there. So
Splash pad will be open.
Yep.
Jim Schrader, are you going to get to that?
Nope.
Jim Schrader and the Iron Horse Cornet Band going to be playing down at the far west shelter down there. They're going to play for like an hour and a half. I know it's just the Iron Horse Cornet Band, but we've had Jim up here, and he is the spokesperson for it. So we call it Jim Schrader and the Cornet Band.
Mm-hmm. And then just an update on the fitness center that's going in right across the street from the Dollar General.
Was that Walter?
It's on Walter Road.
On Walter Road, yep, right by Kroger now, and across the street from Wick. People were asking when is it going to open? Because July 1st or sometime in early July is when they're going to open up. But the person that owns it said that it's taking a little bit longer than they first thought. So they're looking for an August start date. But even that sounds like it's not 100%. They couldn't nail it down. So maybe they're under promising,
over delivering.
Or
maybe. Are they? Hopefully they're not over promising.
It doesn't sound like it. So that's still in the works. So I wanted to update people on that.
Yeah.
You probably can keep an eye on what's happening Mazo.
Yeah.
We'll try to keep you up to date.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people are getting antsy.
Yeah.
I think as long as when it comes to Wisconsin, you just want to make sure you're in by probably October, November.
Yeah. Those things happen. Anybody that's built or remodeled a house or something, it just almost always seems that way, even if you plan for that.
Yep.
Plus, in their defense, they're probably wanting to make it be just perfect for their grand opening.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't blame them.
And finally, from me, this Saturday, the 8th, is going loco with the locals.
Well, going crazy
at the
with
hardware
the locals.
store.
Yeah.
It's just off of Highway 14. And they allow companies or vendors from around that are local people. And I don't know what the radius is for local. I think they try to keep it Mazo, Black Earth. But there are some other ones that come and they show their wares. And there's also, I believe, food and maybe some discounts on different things. I'm kind of speaking without knowing everything, but
they'll be running up. Where are your discounts?
Where are your discounts? But it's open and usually is quite busy. They're parked on ours because we're a block away, and there's people all up and down parking on our road. So 9 a.m. it starts and it goes until 1 Central Time. And so I think it looks like it's a good time. So I've been there once. But
just once.
Okay. But it's grown since I've been there with how many people come and how many people show or vendors come.
It never bothers me, you know, like the Wild West Day Parade and stuff like that. They park on our street. That doesn't. I like to see things busy. You know, maybe I wouldn't if it was busy every single day, but
Or when you're recording, yeah.
yeah, right. Good point.
You like it on the weekends.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for that, Johnny.
Shall I?
And what we're gonna do is listen. There's so much. The reason I asked our executive producer Hudson, can we?
Even
we
on,
aren't
I
gonna-
think it was an off day too. It wasn't a
it wasn't even a Monday or
planning day. You
Tuesday. It
just
wasn't
said-
even a creative day. I just said, Hudson, I know we've promised people that we aren't going to be noise for a week. We're just going to let them rest, you know, just relax, have the 4th of July extended break from us. And we're going to do that around Christmas time too. But I just couldn't let this situation go. There's so much happening around Mazomania. So much going on, and really kind of in our neck of the woods. I know Mazomania isn't that big, but just up here in the southwest corner of Mazomania, there's like huge things going on. I mean, I'm talking about changes, topographical changes,
person that I've
landscape changes.
I talked to one person that I went to high school with, her daughter, and I don't think I've talked to her mother since high school. And she stopped me and was talking about one of the things that was going on, and I won't ruin it because I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's changing.
You can-
I mean,
you can-
we're being a little bit, maybe a little bit over the top, but not too much.
Not
When
much.
it comes to Mazo in a
Yep.
small town,
Yep.
if you're from Mazo, you understand. If you're not and you're watching, and you haven't been a part of a small town, some of these things are life changing for people.
Yeah, they are.
in a small
Yep.
town,
Yeah.
and they take it pretty seriously.
And you know, we're going to get to this, but just before we get to the 3 videos, there's this is progress. What we've got is, quote, progress. And I was thinking about this on a walk as I was walking around looking at all the different progress that was going on, and I was thinking there's a lot of people that don't like this.
No.
And I get it, because there's a part of me that says, you know, southwest of here, just of the village, I'd kind of like to be able to see the countryside. Now all of a sudden, we'll get to it, there's something going up there. And so, but I think about this, the place that I'm sitting right now talking 40 years ago, now 60 years ago, was a field. And so we wouldn't have a house. And we wouldn't have a podcast. We wouldn't have a podcast, and I would not be in. And some people would say, "Well, we want to go back to the simpler days when we didn't have. You guys didn't have a podcast."
Yeah,
but
probably.
the point being, technology.
That's not something we can grant you.
We can't do that.
Can't turn around. And go
No.
back.
But the point being is I wouldn't be in voiceover if it wasn't for progress. And so there's just so many things. We wouldn't be driving. Are you getting tired
No.
of my going on, my meanderings? We wouldn't have cars if we didn't have progress. So my point is I understand the progress is a problem for some people, and I get that, especially those that are affected by these things, and some people are affected by them.
Can we progress through this?
Yep. Let's go to the first video, and we'll
Which
talk
one
through
is
it.
Which one do you
It
want?
doesn't matter.
All right, let's do.
I'm so
looks like
easygoing.
we've got-
Now get it started, and then we'll pause it and tell people what we're talking about here. And we don't need any sound, I don't believe. Okay. So this right here is on the junction of Emily and Reeve Road. Again, this is within sight of the boys' house. Sightwise, talk about Mazomania Sightwise. And I think they're building an 8-unit kind of apartment or condominium townhouse or something. And you can see they've got a mound, and it's even bigger right now. And we're going to go to Michigan, and I'll bet you any money. Well, they might not do a whole lot because of the holiday weekend. But see, I'm walking here, and you can see I think they're going to build a basement underneath there. But that mound is 2 stories high now, and it's going to change the landscape of the countryside, even though there's a new development out there. So that's one thing that's going on.
But in that picture, in that video, you'll also see that you took it during the. Now I put a little bit of a. You want to put a little bit of a maybe Hudson or excuse me, Damon will put up that disclaimer.
Yep, do it here.
But there was talk that Wisconsin and specifically our area had at least the worst air quality in the United States.
Yeah.
Some had speculated that it was worse than other places around the world, which I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But we don't know that for sure. But that, as you could tell, that was really hazy in the back.
Yeah.
And was it Monday, Tuesday,
It
Wednesday?
almost, yeah,
was really
it almost looked like it
hazy.
was kind of a foggy day, but
And
it
it
was
smelled a little bit
bright
like a
sunshine
campfire.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
So
Let's go to the next one. So
there's
that's
so much happening. I mean, even
even that worldwide
Very good.
or in the northern hemisphere.
Yep.
So that's a picture, and that was before. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a bunch of pictures and just watch the progress here of the progress. See how I'm doing that? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Here's Highway 14.
And this is where the person stopped me.
Okay. So this
Because
is
they live really close to this area.
This is on Highway 14. Yep, heading west. The Dollar General is just off to the right, not too far, and they are going through there, and it's quite amazing. That's thick woods and brush, and they're just going there, and they are taking care of business. And what is going to be there is a Family Dollar, which is again another big hubbub, and I get why it is. But we're not here to comment on that. We are just the news here. We're just reporting the news.
I did just speak to somebody that we've talked to many, many times that is smart in basically every aspect of. He knows something about everything, and he's not making it up. He just is very smart. And he told me a theory behind what he and I won't talk about it here. I'll talk about it privately because I don't want to get this place abuzz.
Yeah.
But it makes sense what he said as to why this new place, Family Dollar, is coming in so close to a Dollar General. It made sense.
Yeah. Well, and that person, and there might be other people that because I'm not strong on it either way. It just doesn't make sense to me. So if somebody could make sense of it for me, I'd be happy to hear it. Again, I'm not against it, but I'm not for it. And here, this podcast is not to take necessarily aside. It's to just simply say, this is what's happening. This is what we're seeing. So anyway, that's the second thing that's going on. And it's a huge thing. I mean, we hear it all the time in this neck of the woods, and it's a big undertaking. And the last thing is...
I have one other thing after this. But
wow.
yes. Yeah. It's a big thing.
And so this is Wick Homes. They've been there late 60s in this location. That was a field when I was early on in my life. And that was a huge parking lot. And you see I'm walking down toward the corporate buildings there. And what I found out since is somebody said, why are they going to repave that whole thing? You know, it was built in the 70s and 80s where you had all the people coming there and parking right there. Well, they aren't. You can see right where that brown, those different browns there are. From the right there, that's all going to be grass.
Because they don't need as much parking
Nope.
anymore. At least
Yeah,
for the
because
corporate.
everybody's in a hybrid or they're working from home or something. So they just don't need they don't need the parking.
Yep, and
space.
for those that aren't local, this is where that I was talking about where that that workout center is going to be is in this building right here.
Yep.
So
yeah, that used to be the technology or IT building for WIC.
Yep.
So did you have something else?
I'm gonna need some help with how long it's been around. But last Friday, this will be today when we're recording it, but this will be coming out on Monday. So I was it was before this, and I think it was when I was in middle school or maybe whatever. But for sure, it was around in 2005, so well over 20 years. Or 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. So
just under 20 years.
Just under 20 years.
Yeah.
Rookies is closing its doors. And that has been a place that, when I would, growing up, and again, I can't remember when it was, I should have looked this up as to when it was started. Mm-hmm. But as far as I can remember, people would come for basketball tournaments. We would go places, and people from out of town would say, we're going to go to Rookies afterwards because it's really close to our high school that Black Earth and Mazo share. And it's been a part of the communities for that long, and it's been kind of second to the shoebox, what this area has been known for for at least restaurants. And so it's closing. I think COVID hit it pretty hard.
They also had a wiffle ball.
Yes,
field,
they have
like a full
wiffle ball
stadium kind of thing. That was a big draw.
You can play
always
down
wanted
there.
to go there. Yeah.
Yep. And so today, the 30th of June is the last day that this will be. Monday this comes out, but
too bad.
It's been around for a long time. So that's a big thing in Mazo Black Earth.
All good things must come to an end, I guess, huh? And progress keeps going, and maybe somebody will buy it and keep it going. We'll see. But that's what I mean. There's always, honestly, I mean, we live in a village you guys that live here know this, but we live in a village of 1,700, and it's a sleepy village. There's not that much going on all the time.
They roll the sidewalks up at
Yeah,
9.
9:00.
It sure isn't like Mayberry, where they roll up the sidewalks every night. Ha ha.
That's good.
Why does he say ha ha?
'Cause he just said something funny.
Yeah, see, when they roll up the sidewalks, they really just, well, they really don't roll up the sidewalks. No. But it's funny.
But there's a lot going on, as you can look at some of our other videos for 4th of July, but all throughout July and August, there's lots of music, there's food trucks, there's activities, and then there's all this progress going on too. So we just had to come and spend a little time with you, talk about these things. So thanks, Hudson, as our
thank you
executive
guys for the
producer, of
idea.
allowing that.
Glad we could do that. So check out all those things that are going on this weekend, this next week. Get outside and enjoy the heat on the 4th of July, and try to keep all fingers and toes attached.
Yep.
That's what we'll leave you with. Happy 4th of July.